We're going to make a stuffed baked potato. This is going to involve a little work. Number one, you need a knife like this, narrow, because it has to go in the potato twist, and you'll see what I mean. I'm going to cut the potato in half, peel both sides. One side plus some of the potato from the other side goes into the steamer, which is ready for the potato right there, and not boiled, because boiling, all the nutritional value goes into the water. So that's why I steam everything. And then we have the shiitake mushrooms, which are going to be sliced like so. And they're going to go in the steamer with the potatoes. The garlic is going to go finely diced up, thrown into the mashed potato when it's time for mashing. Better for the garlic to go in just hot. You get more value out of it. And then topped off with a little black truffle oil. And one half of the potato has to be baked first after we set it up. It's a little bit involved, but you can impress the people when they come over for dinner. You're not going to do this for yourself. So let's get started. Okay, now these are about 8 ounces each, the potatoes. You cut them in half, like so. You're going to have to cut the bottom, because this has to stand up like that, okay? Now, this is the tough part. We want to take this potato out. The easiest way to do it is take the knife and run the knife about like so. But if you notice, it's not cracking, because the blade is nice and thin, like a jigsaw blade. That's what we're doing. Make believe you have a jigsaw blade. Maybe you want to do it with a jigsaw blade. The best you can, like so. We're going to dig more out. Now, the difficult part, you take the knife and you go straight in on an angle. You don't want to come out this side, but you want to make sure that you pass this line where you cut. And then you just twist it like so and pull it out slowly. And let's see if we did it right. There you go. So we have a big piece of potato out. Now it's a little easier to get more out. So now you're going to have to, we want it a thin outside, not too thick. And now you can go lower, a little bit lower, and do the same thing. And just work it that way. If you go through like I just did, it's no big deal. Let's just you take out more and more. Just go nice and easy. Put the potato in water so it doesn't turn on you. And we have here a nice big hole to put the mashed potatoes. Now you have to peel this, because we are going to roast this part. That was the most difficult part of this. Now this is peeled, it hasn't broken. It's a little difficult, it'll take you a few tries to do it. There you go, see how that's standing? This is going to be stuffed. This is going to be baked just like this. Nice brown color. Then we stuff it, and then it's all done. So, putting this in the water also right now. I turned the oven on 450 you do it fast. It doesn't take long because, as you see, it's very thin. Okay, so you have to do that now with the 2 potatoes, and you're going to get 2 stuffed potatoes out of the 2 potatoes. Oh, my oven's ready. Well, to play it safe, what I did was I used the first potato for that. If you should screw things up a little, you still have 2 halves right there. Now, all I have to do is just peel this one and dice it up instead of taking half of this to do it and the other half. I should have thought of that earlier. So the first potato has been dug out, and I'm going to peel this, dice it up, and get going. So there are the diced up pieces of potato and the shiitake mushrooms. You don't have to use shiitake, you can use any kind. And if you don't want to use mushrooms, don't use any mushrooms. And you want to put, you can do anything you want. This is like just the technique of how to you want to put bacon, just how to do it. The ingredients are up to you. Now we'll take the dug out parts. Little olive oil, and just roll it a little. That's all. And get some oil on the inside. There's plenty there. Okay. Put it in a little roast pan. Put the aluminum foil so you don't have to clean it. We're going to put it in the oven, and I'm guessing about 20 minutes because it takes time to cook it, and that's all we're going to do. And you'll see what the nice color is. Well, we're going to mix. This is ready. The potatoes are going to be mixed with the hot butter and cream mixture. That's the only way to do it. You don't add cold, especially to mashed potatoes. And I'm not using a masher. I'm just going to use my spoon. Why? Because everything here is so hot, as you see. And that didn't take long either. Remember, the mushrooms are optional, but they always taste good with potatoes. So I put it, you want to put scallions in there, you want to put cheese in there, you want to finish the top of this with parsley, or you want to brown it, it's all up to you. So you have to do this while it's very, very hot. You see how easy it mashes? If you put it in the machine and you whip it, it becomes like gummy. This way, especially when you use a slotted spoon like this, it's like putting it in a ricer. And it doesn't have to be 100% smooth, but guess what? As you look at that, you can tell that it is smooth. Now what about the salt and pepper? Well, we just happen to have salt and pepper, and I'm not going to tell you how much because everybody puts what they want, but I use a mixture of salt and pepper here, and this is a good sea salt. If you notice that the color is not pure white because it's less refined, so we put a little. Now if you're putting cheese in there, you know, cheese is loaded with salt, so you don't have to put as much. And you don't want it too loose because it has to sit on a potato. You don't want it falling off. See that? That's good. Now always just give a little taste. People don't like me putting my finger in things, but you know what? I'm at home and I do this at home. At work, I use a spoon. Not bad, but since my wife is eating this, and she always adds salt, I'll just add a little bit more. There we go, all done. Now we have to wait for the skins to get finished, and we'll see how long that's going to take. So the skins, look how nice, golden brown. They took about 20 minutes, depending on your oven. We're going to stuff them two different ways. I raised the temperature of the oven to 495, and since the potatoes are warm, well, let's stop, go back for a second. You made this now, you stuff the potatoes, wrap in saran wrap, put them in the refrigerator, and then tomorrow you could have them for dinner. So we are going to take one of these. One way we're going to use an ice cream scoop and push it in. Now, why am I having such difficulty? Because the skin's hot. You can wait. Push it down with a spoon because there's plenty of potato. So just fill that cavity up. Okay, the cavity's filled. Now you put a nice scoop on top, like so. And there you have an ice cream cone. Okay, now the other one, you could do it like that. You could sprinkle cheese on it. You could put the cheese on the inside. You can, like I said, add bacon, whatever ingredients you like. Now this one, I'm going to do the same thing. You know, if you don't have a scoop like that size, you just take a spoon, like so, and you just put the mashed potato around like that. And there's more. And then there's still more mashed potatoes left. So you actually can make a little bed. Oh, I'll do that later. Now, you can leave it like this, just plain round like that. Truffle oil is for later. On this, if you want to add cheese, just go like so, like you were doing a pie. Rough up the top a little. Then when you put it in the oven with the cheese, you'll see how pretty it looks. We're going to put these two in the oven. Like I said, if you're doing it for the next day, you'd put these in the oven at about 225 to 250, and then you would pierce. Maybe in a half hour you would check it. Just stick either a wooden toothpick in or the knife like this, dead center, and then put it on your tongue, and then wash it off. If it feels hot, then you know it's hot, because it's difficult to know that this is hot throughout. But we're going to put it in here, and we're going to make color on both sides without any cheese. I mean, not both sides, both potatoes. And as you see here, that's quite a bit. So what we do is, let's say you save that also, and you're going to be serving dinner. What are you going to do with the mashed potatoes? Now you know you're not going to throw this out, and you're not going to eat it now. So the best thing to do is to make a bed on the plate. And it's quite a bit that's left. So you take a scoop, and the potatoes are going to be right there on the plate. Your vegetable. Are we showing that? Sure. The potato there, vegetable there, and whatever your main course item is there. This you heat up separately, like in the microwave, or you can double boil it, and then we'll see. And then you just take, I'll show you. Now, and it doesn't make sense to describe it. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay, now that the potatoes are done, we'll take them out. And they're hot in case you want to use something else to take the potato and sit it right on the bed of mashed potatoes. And there you go. And that is how it is. Beautiful color. Now the truffle oil, we just add at this point just a few drops. It doesn't take much. Like so. That's it. And the same with this one. And now your potatoes are ready. I hope you enjoy.